When the ALS Challenge began, I knew it was a matter of time before my name would be called. Frankly, given the fact that one of my best friends died of ALS in 2012, I figured it would happen sooner. It is truly amazing that so many people are more aware of ALS now and have given money to support the cause of caring for people stricken with this disease, caring for the families, the friends, and the medical professionals who care for ALS patients, and hopefully someday to find a cure. I guess for me what is missing in this campaign is remembering the ones we've lost. So, as a filmmaker, I decided to make that my challenge to all of you. When my friend Joe Babin was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, it was a shock. Not just because it seemed like a death sentence at the time, but it was shocking to me that someone like Joe, who was so strong and vibrant, could go down so quickly. He never had a chance. As you all think about this campaign to raise awareness about ALS, to raise money to support treatments and a cure, and to decide whether to give money or dump a bucket of ice water on your head or both, please take the time to remember all the people you know or don't know who are impacted by this disease. Here are a few short minutes from Joe, recorded in 1991, and some of the material I put together for the celebration of Joe's life in 2012. Thank you for watching.
What's it like to be Joe Babin?
What's it like to be Joe Babin? I don't know. Ask my friends. They know who I am.
Joe Babin. Joe used to say, "I'm the luckiest guy in the world." Close his eyes when he'd say it. He said it all the time. He'd say, "I have the greatest mother in the world." And who would argue with him? He said, "My sisters are awesome." And he meant it. He had a special relationship with his sisters. And he was always praising his friends. Brad Lakritz is the greatest guy in the world. And he meant it. Who had more fun than Joe Babin? Nobody I've ever met. I don't think I'll ever meet anybody like Joe Babin ever again. He's one of a kind. We're going to miss him terribly.
I shared a trailer with him, if you want to call it that, a hunting trailer that we bought for $200. Can you imagine that? His mother, Arlene, reupholstered all the seats. It was 7 feet wide by 10 feet long. Now, when you share 12 deer seasons in that confinement with him, you get to know Joe pretty good. That's 3-4 weekends a fall. And I mean, it had a little refrigerator, believe it or not, a stove, a sink, and a table and chairs that turned into a bed, and him and I slept on the same bed at night. Yeah, unbelievable, the experiences, man. That guy.
Close quarters.
Close quarters. One night we got into a huge snowstorm, blizzard. Me, Dana, Joe slept on the bed, Dana's bed, and my son Landry was sleeping back under it because there was a little cavity. Landry was underneath there. He'll never forget it. Yeah, I woke up in the morning. We could barely get out of there. We were snowed in. But on a couple of occasions we were alone a few nights. Camping together, and what's really special to me is he told me how much he really loved his family, his mom. He told me how much he loved me and my mom and dad, and basically how much he just loved and appreciated life and how lucky he felt he was. Yeah, he told me that on more than one occasion. A really passionate guy. I mean, anybody that knew him knew just how passionate he could be. And there's no replacing him, you know. There's only one Joe Babin. He was the type of guy, he reminds me somewhat like my late brother Brian that I lost 8 years ago. Joe Babin could walk into a party of 30 people or 300, and it didn't take long, and everybody knew he was there. It just didn't take long at all. Some people, you'd never know they were there. He wasn't one of those kind of guys, you know. But he's going to be missed, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm going to miss him greatly.
Simple as that. I try to be a giver at all times, I guess, and try not to take from people and give back to them. Because people treat me very well, but I guess it's the old cliche, what comes around goes around. And I figure the more you give, the more you get, so life is as great as you make it. A lot of people complain about life, but they walk around complaining, and they're just lucky to be alive, lucky to be in Hampton, California. So as good as it is, I don't know. I really don't know. They just can't, you know, you have a smile on your face, you wake up every morning and you're alive. You walk and talk and you're just very lucky. And some people don't realize that. They never look at it every day-to-day basis, that they're just lucky to be alive.